Hello everyone, welcome to DMart Gaming. So, we're back again, talking about Dinomon. So, how do you make this conversation interesting to the November JP release date? Well, we've got new cards. That's something. First up, we've got the Lion's Digitama Coromon, a mono red egg which grants the inheritable when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has Tyrannomon in its name, or the dinosaur trait, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. A pretty decent inheritable which can trigger from your level 4 onwards. Lets you pop any potential floodgates that impede your Master Tyrannomon or Dinomon from triggering Fortitude, or any other floodgates that might stop you. One thing to keep in mind is that if you build in for piercing for the stack, if you elect to swing to a Digimon with 3k or less DP and meet the inheritable criteria, you'll delete the Digimon before the attack connects, stopping you from being able to activate the piercing. It's worth knowing that the deletion effect does not specify any particular state for the Digimon, nor does it state any level, so that 3k DP can encompass the vast majority of level 3s, but you can also target a few of the weaker level 4s. Likewise, if timed correctly with your tamer effects, and Dinomon can easily clear your opponent's field of Digimon as you swing in. As the X effects are Archetype locked, I wouldn't expect to see this outside of the deck. While there is some overlap with the Greymon Tribal, that deck is switching its archetypes almost every level, so trying to activate it is going to be more trouble than it's worth. However, if we decide to run this as at 4, what other candidates are there? So, most of the early gen red eggs will give you a boost of either 1k or 2k DP for your turn, which is nice, but is there something more? Well, the majority of the Coromon eggs are out, as they're locked into Greymon. Likewise, Gigimon expands the scope of Gigamon's DP-based deletion threshold, while Yokomon is very much focused on Phoenixmon and its archetype. While I did say most Coromons, there's still what has become the default red egg in BT14 Coromon. Your turn, once per turn, when a card is removed from security, draw one. Nice, simple, and effective. Doesn't even need to be the attacking card to trigger it. There's a reason it's seen as the almost default red egg. Additionally, we have the BT8 Gurimon. If you're 6k or higher, when attacking, draw one. Easy enough to attain, even at level 4, both these eggs provide a solid value of extra draw to make sure you have the pieces that you need. So, not only has Bandai shown off the Lion's Digitama, they've shown off not one, but two new dual-color Agumons. Our cups runneth over with Agus. So, the first in the spotlight is the red-green Agumon with only a meager 1k DP. This is more of a utility piece, a standard 3 play cost and a 1 cost Digivolution over a red or green source. It can also Digivolve for 0 over a Coromon. Now its true strength comes from its on-play search ability. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Tyrannomon its name, or the reptile or dinosaur trait, and 1 Ryotaro Williams among them to hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. This is a marked improvement over the preceding green Agumon searchers, with the archetype keywords being able to cover the vast majority of the potential cards for the deck, while also being able to grab the line's signature tamer as a bonus grab rather than as an alternative. While not as strong as the Terramon or Shumon searchers, which are able to grab anything with the Liberator trig as well as their line's signature typing, for an uncommon, it's fine. Along with the numerous other ways to search through the deck, it shouldn't be too much of a hindrance. The final part of the card is the Inheritable, a simple plus 2k DP on your turn. So, we now know the full context and makeup of the new red-green Tyrannomon line. If the line is built purely as intended, at its optimum, Dinomon can be swinging into security with 3 checks at 20k DP. Then on your opponent's turn, becoming a 16k DP roadblock to overcome, while your following active turns swinging in at 17k DP. Additionally, with the chance to pop things on your opponent's board, which are 3k or less. There are definite downsides. The 1 cost Digivolution can be a bit awkward to work around, especially if you're not using the Coromons. While the dual color does help to keep your options open, finding the right match up for how you want to play, the deck can be difficult. That and the 1k DP means that it gets lead by a stiff breeze, meaning leaving it out there is a definite risk. Now, not only did we get this Agumon, we got surprise second up one. A 3 cost green-purple virus type. 1 cost Digivolution over green or purple, though it does also have the special 0 cost over a Coromon. It has an on-play suspend 1 Digimon. Topping it all off, we have Inheritable Retaliation. This one surprised me. It was not something I was expecting. While there has been a green-purple Dark Tyrannomon and X Tyrannomon, it's never been a combination which has any true representation. Likewise, I don't feel like this is going to be for it. It feels like a side option for the new Dinomon deck. It fits within the existing color options, while also keeping the special Coromon Digivolution, meaning that you can use it with the new Coromon and the existing Coromons. while also working if you go with a green base. Strategically, it offers a few little tricks. Its on-play suspension can be pretty handy if focusing on a piercing strategy, especially if you combine it with BT-14 Tyrannomon's effect to attack at end step. Lastly, the retaliation ability can be a nasty surprise when combined with Dinomon's roadblock ability, having to attack into it if suspended, and if they do, getting the lead in return. Though with the proliferation of immunities, it shouldn't be something to be relied on. For those that sat through it, we looked at what a potential deck could look like, with the cards we had available at the time. Now we have a far better idea of what will be in the archetype. For both the level 3s to the promo Tyranno X, a lot of what was stated in that video would still carry over, though some things in the level 3 space would be shifted around. For instance, dropping the Muchomon and the Terramon Searcher. The biggest update is that we now know we can build with either a green or red base for the deck. For this build, I'm going to go with a red base, with the new Coromon at a 4 of, with the BT-14 Coromon for the 5th slot. Though, depending on performance or personal pick, easy enough to switch around the ratios. Both the red-green Agumon and the green-red Tinkermon at a 4 of, both these provide a solid base to start off with either red or green Digitama. To add on to this, I've put the green-purple Agumon as a 2 of, more to act as a splash choice or side strategy. This leaves me with 2 slots empty, since I like to aim for 11 to 12 level 3s, so I could either go with putting the Retaliation Agumon to a 4 of, or pop in some floodgates, such as the ST Solarmon to stop play cost reduction. With the level 4s, I've dropped the BT-11 Tyrannomon in favor of the new Tyranno X. The BT-11 one is alright, but the new Tyranno X just helps to speed the deck up far more. Likewise, with its raid ability and Digivolution on attack trigger, you could swing, trigger raid, then use its ability and Ryotaru's to climb up to your level 6, all in the same attack and with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2 overall. The ratios for this bracket will probably need the most testing to figure out which works out for best. For now, I have EX8 at 4, BT14 at 3, and Tyranno X at 3, just to see how it plays out initially. Also, apologies for the tangent. I'm only entertaining the idea of Tyranno X in the deck in the first place, is that while I've always disliked the idea of game-affecting promos creating unnecessary barriers for the play experience, with depending on how they're distributed, many players simply won't have access to them. Thankfully, this is set to be a locals prize support, so much wider proliferation of it. Now, the level 5 are likewise pretty much the same, just dropping the BT-11 Metal Tyrannomon for the EX7 Triceramon. While it does lose the widespread suspension, the Triceramon isn't relying on tamers to proc its effect. Also, while it's only one, that target can't unsuspend until the end of their turn, all while within the archetype. 1 illusion cost and same security trashing inheritable. So, the level 6 and tamers are for the most part the same as last time. Major changes are in the options. Anima Embrace, swapped out for Giant Missile. Works as a better security bomb, and can be played from hand with the same effect. Now before, I had Crimson Blaze in. However, with the new Coromon able to clear out smaller bodies, I've sidelined it for now. This frees up some space for utility pieces. Currently, the main choice is going to come down to either trainings or scrambles. For now, I'm going with the green scramble, as it provides some help with some of the higher Digivolution costs. Also, apart from the Solarmon Floodgate, all the other Digimon are able to be used with the delay effect, with all of them being green in some way and under 2 KDP. So, apart from any potential option cards, that's pretty much it. We've got a solid look at how the archetype is going to look and perform. Now all that's left is the long, long wait for the English release in February. Hopefully, come on Bandai, you can do it. I believe in you. This is the one which will actually release on time. While for this video, I went with a red build. I'd like to look at a more green-based build. Some of you last time pointed out Tyrannomon and the Hawkmon from EX5 compare quite nicely. Also, shout out to the person who suggested Agumon Ace as another potential deck inclusion. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out for your day to watch this. Until next time, may you find peace through gaming.